Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting really well informed on complex topics. Today we're diving into something maybe a bit hidden. In the automotive world anyway. It's critical though. For safety, comfort, efficiency, especially in those big commercial vehicles. Have you ever actually stopped to think what makes, massive trucks or buses run so smoothly? Often it comes down to this component called a clutch servo. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe not. So we've got this stack of research market analysis, all on this pretty fascinating sector. And our job today is simple. Pull out the key insights for you, give you the clear picture fast. Okay, let's unpack this, because here's where it gets really interesting. What's the story here?
Yeah, great question. And just quickly, for anyone wondering, a clutch servo, it's basically power assistance for the clutch pedal. Think like power steering, but for the clutch in big rigs, buses, it makes a huge difference. Less effort to shift gears, smoother changes, cuts down on driver fatigue, which is massive for safety, right? And efficiency too. Long hauls, heavy traffic. But what's really compelling, like you said, is how this seemingly small part connects to huge global trends. I mean, look at the numbers. The market was worth, about $467 million back in 2021. And the projection, it's set to pretty much double. We're talking almost $1 billion.
A billion, wow.
Yeah, $995.6 million by 2033. That's a solid growth rate, 6.5% compounded annually. And it's not just happening randomly. Three big things are fueling this. One, just more commercial vehicles being made worldwide. Two, more automation creeping into transmissions. And three, and this is important, stricter road safety rules popping up everywhere.
Okay, that growth is gone.
Yeah.
Well, it's seriously impressive for a component that most people probably don't even know exists. It definitely makes you wonder, how does this look region by region? Where's the action happening? Let's maybe zoom in a bit. How about North America? Always a big automotive market.
Right. North America is a steady player here. Solid, consistent growth.
Okay.
We see it going from just over $104 million in 2021 up to maybe $213.6 million by 2033. So that's around a 6.2% growth rate per year.
Pretty healthy. And within North America, the U.S. is the giant, I assume?
Yeah, the U.S. is the largest chunk, definitely. Projected to hit $140.2 million by 2033. Its growth rate, though, is a little bit lower than the regional average, around 5.8%.
Interesting. So where's the extra regional push coming from then?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. Canada's showing really strong momentum, 6.9% CAGR, but Mexico is actually leading the whole region.
Really? Ahead of the U.S. and Canada growth rate?
Yep, a 7.2% CAGR. And it's largely down to its automotive manufacturing sector just booming.
Ah, those manufacturing hubs. Makes sense. They're becoming super strategic, right?
Exactly. It's not just about selling in Mexico. It's about making things there for the whole continent and beyond.
Okay, so North America,
Mm-hmm.
steady, with Mexico providing a bit of extra acceleration.
Right.
What about across the Atlantic? Europe.
Right, Europe. It's another strong contender, holds a really significant position. Sales there are climbing, too, from about $120 million in 2021, projected to reach $249 million by 2033. That's a 6.3% CAGR, very similar to North America overall.
Okay. Any standouts within Europe?
Well, the UK is showing notable growth, 7.5% CAGR. Some of that might be links to adopting advanced manufacturing tech.
7.5%? That's quite high.
It is. Germany, the automotive powerhouse, also posting solid numbers, 6.7% CAGR.
As you'd expect.
But what's quite revealing is the rest of Europe category. So many of the maybe smaller but rapidly modernizing economies, collectively, they're actually growing faster than the regional average, about 7.3%.
So wider adoption across the continent, not just in the traditional big market.
Precisely. It shows this technology is really becoming standard.
Okay, so North America and Europe, strong, solid growth. But you mentioned global trends. Where's the real explosion happen?
Ah, right. For that, you have to look at Asia Pacific. That region is undoubtedly leading the charge globally.
Leading how?
Yeah.
Bigger numbers, faster growth.
Both, really. It's leaping from $166.5 million in 2021, get this, to $376.9 million by 2033.
Wow, okay. That's a huge jump.
It is, and the overall growth rate reflects that, 6.7% CAGR for the whole region.
And any specific countries driving that?
Oh, yeah. India stands out massively. It's got some of the fastest growth anywhere, 7.7% CAGR.
India at 7.7%. Why so fast there?
It's a combination. Their commercial vehicle sector is just booming, plus they're exporting more vehicles, too.
Okay, makes sense. And China, still a dominant force.
Absolutely. China's the largest single market in Asia Pacific, expected to reach nearly $150 million by 2033. And its growth is strong, too, 7% CAGR.
So China's volume, India's acceleration. What else in APAC?
Don't forget Southeast Asia, seeing really consistent gains there, around 6.7% growth. That seems tightly linked to all the major infrastructure projects happening across those countries. You need trucks and buses for that.
Right, building roads, bridges, cities. It all needs commercial transport.
Exactly. So Asia Pacific is this perfect storm, really. Huge vehicle production, the export focus, plus massive infrastructure needs.
So this really shifts the global picture, doesn't it?
It really does. And it makes you look at, the other emerging regions too. What about South America or the Middle East and Africa?
Good question. What are we seeing there?
Well, South America is showing steady momentum. Brazil, for example, is a key market there, expected to hit about $36.6 million by 2033, growing at 6.5%, right around the global average.
Okay, steady. And Middle East and Africa.
Mm.
You mentioned interesting things there earlier.
Yes. MEA is actually where you find some of the highest growth rates globally. Really dynamic.
Higher than Asia Pacific even.
Some individual countries, yes. Look at Turkey, 7.5% CAGR. Same as the UK, actually. Egypt's growing fast, too, 7.3%. Nigeria even faster at 7.8%.
Okay, impressive numbers across the board there.
But here's the real chart topper globally, and it might surprise you. South Africa.
South Africa, leading growth.
Leading the world, yeah. An incredible 8.3% projected CAGR.
8.3%. What's driving that extreme growth in MEA, especially South Africa?
It seems to be driven by really rapid fleet modernization, replacing older vehicles, adopting newer tech, plus a big expansion of logistics networks across the region to support growing economies. They need efficient, modern transport.
Fascinating. South Africa leading the pack is definitely a twist. So, okay, let's pull back again. We've gone through North America, Europe, the explosion in Asia Pacific, South America, and these high-growth spots in MEA. What's the big takeaway when you put it all together?
Well, the core message is pretty clear, isn't it? This market, clutch servos, it's on a definite upward path everywhere. And it's not just about, selling more components. It tells you something deeper.
Yeah.
It shows that manufacturers globally are seriously prioritizing safety, durability, and driver comfort in commercial vehicles now, maybe more than ever.
It's like a signal, isn't it, about what matters in global development, even for these unseen parts. Efficiency, safety, they're becoming non-negotiable.
Precisely. And the implications for the whole auto components industry are huge. You're seeing emerging economies not just playing catch-up anymore. In many cases, they're actually setting the pace for growth and adoption.
It creates massive opportunities, I imagine.
Immense for the big OEMs making the vehicles and also for all the companies in the aftermarket supply chain. It boils down to this global push for efficiency, tied together with huge investments in infrastructure and transport. It makes clutch servos, surprisingly, one of the most dynamic, most revealing segments out there. Like you said, it's not just some niche part. It's kind of a barometer, really, a barometer for economic development and tech adoption in a really critical sector.
It really is eye-opening how one component, something most of us never think about, can tell such a big story about, well, global shifts, economic trends, technology. We've definitely had a proper deep dive today into the world of clutch servos, hopefully giving you that insider's view.
Absolutely. And it kind of leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? Building on everything we've discussed, given how fast automation is moving into vehicles and this relentless demand for efficiency, what other innovations could we see coming down the line for clutch servo tech in the next, say, 10 years? And, how might those changes ripple outwards? How could they reshape supply chains, logistics, maybe even the whole nature of commercial transport as we understand it today?